They'll lynch you, but he did, and he laughs at
Yes, people, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. I've got a fun Friday. Our streets internet is being worked on, and they just told us. Thank you very much. Anyway, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. We can't complain. It's a Friday. It's Friday. We've done another week. Congratulations, everyone. We was meant to do a live today, but actually a bit worried of the fact of the internet might going down, so we're doing a pre-record anyway. But it's the same topic. Obviously, we know the latest. Well, we've heard the latest in terms of Declan Rice saga is that Arsenal put in quite a poor bid, a low ball bid of 80 million plus 10 million in add-ons. The add-ons meaning including them winning the title in the Champions League. So West Ham went bugger off. Apparently City are waiting in the wings. I was reading reports that United are waiting in the wings as well. Maybe Chelsea. So it looks like it's going to be a bidding war. So I think it's more of a case of when, not if, Declan Rice leaves, and then the sort of the question then sort of precedes that rather, is how to best spend the money. Now, this is so myself, Anton, Holly, and a few others. We're going to sort of do little pre-records of how we would invest that money if we were West Ham. So we've got £100 million in the bank. It's not assuming that So we said 100 because it's sort of the touted number. Obviously, it could be 90 plus 10 and stuff like that. But if we had £100 million cash, not including players being moved in or out, how would we spend the money? And that's the subject of today. And I've spent it on 4 players. So that £100 million I've reinvested into 4 players. I'm going to go through the reasonings. I think a couple of them aren't going to be surprises because the people we've been heavily linked with and people I really rate as players. But a couple maybe go, I can see it. And I'll give my reasonings. I'll give my reasonings for it. So the first one, my marquee signing will be this man, Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, would just slot in lovely at West Ham, would give us the pace on the left-hand side we miss. We've got relative pace on the right-hand side with Bowen. Not saying, he's not rapid by any sort of, he's not going to beat Usain Bolt, but he's quick and he gives you an outlet. We haven't got that on the left-hand side. Ben Rama isn't quick, and if Fornals plays on the left, he doesn't have that pace either. So Harvey would definitely give us that pace. He's entering his formative years really in terms of becoming a professional in terms of peak. Obviously Leicester will be looking to move him on. Obviously, Yuri Tielemans is someone who's already is signing for Villa on July the 1st, which I'm gutted about because I think that'd been a really good free signing. Although we know it's not free, but you know what I mean. So Harvey and obviously James Maddison, the other two that are looking to be moved on. Particularly, at least Tottenham put a bit of £50 million in for the both of them. They're having a laugh. I think we would entertain initial bid of 30 million, which is, and it makes me laugh because we say, I can't believe Arsenal gave us this shit offer. Leicester have got a price tag of 40 million on him. We're going to put 30 million in. So actually, proportional, we're actually giving them 75% of what they wanted. So anyway, so that's just my view. But he would be, I think 40 million would be a fair price for him, I think. So, for me, 40 million, well spent. Alongside him, so obviously we wouldn't have necessarily, he wouldn't obviously be a replacement for Declan Rice, but he would be someone who would improve the squad. And I think that's what it's about. It's not spending 100 million quid on a replacement for Declan Rice. It's utilising that to give us a stronger squad for competing in the Premier League, the cup competitions, and in Europe next year. In terms of a replacement for Declan Rice, you won't get a complete replacement, but this man here would do the CDM role job perfectly. Edson Alvarez, he's someone that we've been linked with heavily alongside Borussia Dortmund are looking at him as well, because obviously they've moved Jude Bellingham, so they've got a bit of money in the bank as well, same as us potentially. So it could be a bit of a bidding war, but we would be we would have a bit more financial clout in terms of wages by all accounts, and could blow them out the water, so to speak, in terms of anything Dortmund put together as a wage package, in all honesty. He is an absolute beast of a central defensive midfielder. He would slot into that. He would have the physicality. He's got the energy. He's got the engine to do a really good job at West Ham and do a really good job in the Premier League. It's someone that I think, Harvey would improve our left hand side, but if I had to get someone straight away, I'd get this man in straight away just to cover that slot, just to cover that Declan Rice hole. Obviously, it's not a complete replacement because Deck offers, the box to box and is the captain. But in terms of that sort of CDM protection role, he would really, really do well there. And I think he would play really nicely with a Paqueta in front of him, for example. I think they would really bounce off each other quite nicely. Mexican international and lots of caps, lots of appearances for Ajax, and I think he'll be really good. And we'll probably do a little all you need to know about him coming up very, very shortly if the rumours get a bit hotter. But they're hotting up as they are almost, as we say. Let's talk about the third place. A little bit left field. Carl Walker-Peters from Southampton. Now, hear me out. In terms of the positions we need sorted, I think the CDM role, I think the left-hand side, the striker one, I'm not... I mean, I haven't actually bought a striker just thinking about it, but I think that could be some reinvestment of money if Gianluca moves on. We read today that Danny Ings may move on. We've got the likes of Mbama. We know Moyes is looking to potentially put Cornet in a more of a forward role. Obviously, Bowen can play in a forward role. We do need a striker, that's for sure. But I think there's other positions that I think need sort of solidifying. In my humble opinion, you probably won't agree. Maybe that's fair enough, and you can put in the comments who you would get in. So for me, I think the right back. I know Soufal. He's 30. When he plays, he's probably the best. He probably is number one. Ben Johnson hasn't really got in front of him, and I think Tilo Kehrer is more of the right-sided centre back. So I think we do need a right back. I think left back we're okay. I mean, we could look at someone like Luke Thomas from Leicester, pick him up for a relatively small amount of money. But I think you've got Emerson. I think you do have Cresswell, and you've got Ollie Scarles as well. So you've probably got enough cover. I think the right-hand side, not as much. You've got Ryan Bartram from the under 23 the academy, but he's just signed a new deal. But I don't think he's not at that level yet. So I think someone like Carl Walker-Peters, who I think is, if I'm right, he's 26. I think he's 26. Let me just find out. I've got it here. Carl Walker-Peters is 1997. So yeah, 26. He's 26. He was 26 in April. So he's got a lot of Premier League experience. Played a lot of games, and I think he's played like 115 Premier League. Not going to set the world alight of his goals, or but he comes forward. He's got a lot of energy, and I think you need that. We've got it on the left hand side of Emerson, but we haven't really got the right hand side. Soufal does, I think the year's going to catch up with him very, very shortly, I think, unfortunately, with Vladimir. But I think Carl Walker-Peters will come and do a great job for us. And relatively cheap. I imagine he would be around sort of the 15 million mark. Again, Southampton will need to clear their books a little bit as they went down. And he was probably one of the assets they could probably move on. So I imagine £15 million will probably get you maybe a little bit more. But I've put £15 million just to fit him in. And I think he would just improve that right-hand side nicely. I think he would link up really nicely with Bowen as well. And maybe, he could... move on and get into I mean, he was on the peripherals of the international squad, wasn't he? I think so. Him and Bowen could get themselves back in the international squad for a decent right hand side partnership. And lastly, I'm going centre back. And I'm going for Jonathan Tarr from Bayer Leverkusen. Now Jonathan Tarr is 27, German international, big unit, big man mountain. For me, he would be the perfect replacement for when Kurt Zuma's injured. He'll be the perfect accompaniment for a Kurt Zouma, Aged trio, the three of them together. You've got Ogbonna, whether we offer him a new deal or not, I don't know. We've got Tilo Kehrer. We've got the likes of Casey in the academy. I think Jonathan would come in and just offer that physicality that you get when Zuma's there. and when Zuma's out, I think we missed that a little bit. I think Oggie's, well, he's in his twilight years, isn't he? If we offer him a new deal or not, I don't know. But I think for 15 million quid, roughly, that's his price release clause, apparently. It's about 18 million euro, which seems very, very cheap. But I think he could come in and do a really, really good job. He's built for the Premier League. He's built for the Premier League. So I think 1 for 4 ain't bad. And I think, automatically we've improved our left-hand side. We've covered the central midfield. We've increased our options on the right side, and also we've added another centre back, which we need. Kurt Zuma's fantastic when he plays, but he maybe plays 2/3 of the season if you've got a good season out of him, and he hasn't broken down injured. When he plays, he's great, but when he doesn't, it's when he plays. So I think Jonathan comes in as cover, and I think he would do really well. But let me know what you think. We'll get Holly, we'll get Anton doing theirs as well. But that's my 4 for 1. And I think they're all quality players. They're all, 2 of them are Premier League players who could fit into the side. I think Jonathan's can adapt very, very quickly. And I think Alvarez is a very intelligent player, but physically very, very, very strong. And I think he would do really, really well at West Ham. And that's it, my friends. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith. Keep cool, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.